Well, Utica hockey is back, and as a Windows update thing comes up, it's back. The Teddy Bear Toss is here. Finally, finally, is here. We've been waiting for this since when the schedule came out, really. Um, and it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be a really good game. You have two top 10 teams. I think Oswego's number 6, and then you have number 3 Utica. Um, like I said, it's gonna be very interesting. Oswego State just came off a loss last night against Lawrenceville State 3-1, but I think that's more of a trap game overlook type thing that they lost is the reason they lost more than anything. It's like in college football all the time. You'll see a team will drop a game right before they play that big top 5, 10 or top 25 ranked team, and you're sitting there going, why'd they lose that? And then you go, well, it's probably a focus of on the next week. I think that applies here. And the only reason I made a college football comparison is because I know that very well, that teams overlook other teams there. And Utica has a little more rest, and I think that's a good thing because I don't know where Oswego State played their last game. I don't know if that was a home game or away game, but either way, they got to move from wherever they were into Utica, blah, blah, blah. There's that kind of logistical thing. And then you have Utica coming into tonight missing 2 guys. Justin Allen has been down. He's going to be down for a while. There's no update, no official update. And all I know is he's not going to be here for a while. And Ray Biggs, who's someone with the Utica Comets, he does play-by-play. He was on 3 on 5 Hockey yesterday, and he talked about how Justin Allen could be back by the end of the year. I think he said something like that kind of inferred that indirectly. Something, I don't remember the exact quote because I didn't go back and check that, but I know I did check. He did say Kimball Johnson is out for the foreseeable future, and in his words, it was for the foreseeable future, end quote. And that's kind of a hit. He does come back next year. I know he has another year of eligibility after his transfer, but here's the thing: I don't know what. I know how they're gonna fill it. You're gonna see Blake more. You're gonna see Berkey more. You're gonna see Blake Holmes, Joey Berkopek. You're gonna see more Jackson. I actually have a sign for tonight because I figured Teddy Bear Toss. I may as well make a sign. I had nothing else to do today, and one of the people I'm with for those games usually went out to a tournament in Buffalo. So I was like, I have the free time. There's not anything else to do around the house, so I may as well make a sign, But there will definitely be a picture of that up at some point somewhere on Twitter that I have the sign just to say, I'm ready. I got the sign, and we're good to go. And it's going to be an interesting night. I don't know what to expect from both teams. I really don't. I can't tell you what to expect necessarily because this is a must-win game for Utica to prove if they want to prove we're back and we're the real deal. They are playing better than they played in the beginning of the season, but my big problem is still you've got to limit those penalty minutes. You've got to limit your guys from getting in the box. That is a must. A lot of their games have been a lot closer than they should have been, like the Chatham games, because you kept getting guys in the box for one reason or another. Some of them, there's kind of an excuse there of a certain thing of, you had the problem in the first game of Holmes was called on a hit to the head. Wow. He was called on a what's it called? An on-purpose hit to the head, which it definitely wasn't. The kid was still bleeding after, I think, anyways, because I saw him downstairs. But it's not the point. He got called for that. He shouldn't have been called for that. That's a whole reffing issue. But there's been a few other times where it's like you got to stay out of the box, for better, for worse. Stay out of the box, first and foremost. That, and you got it. The power play's got to get going. It's back to, for the longest time, me and one of the guys we're with when we go to games and are sitting down, they sit right behind us. Sometimes we'll stand up back there because usually people don't sit in those 2 rows. And the top of 103 usually won't get many people. But for like the Teddy Bear Toss, you'll get people will buy those seats or will go sit in those seats. So, or they'll be there for those games. Other than that, they're usually not there. But the one thing I will say is usually we'll look back and look at each other and go, our power play is bad for the longest time, and then it came down to last year and the power play got better and better and better, and it was like, you know what happened when we got in the power play? We'd be scoring, and now it's back to the levels of like, yeah, we're not gonna score. I don't even know why I record it anymore. I'm not gonna even do it because, we don't score on those. But T minus 4 hours and 12 minutes according to the website, but Utica is coming off last weekend's Thanksgiving showcase, seeing Plymouth State and Trine University. Let me note, Plymouth did beat Trine 1-0. That is just something to note. But going into this game, now this game will be on WKTV for anyone who is watching home, and Oswego State is number 7. Utica is 7-14-5 against Oswego State. 7 wins, 14 losses, 5 ties. They won the last game that Oswego State came into town, and that was January 10th, 2020, a 1-point win. I think it'll be a very close game again this year. They're 4-6-2 at home, 3-8-2 on the road, so they're a little better at home than they are on the road against Oswego State. And their smallest margin of victory, obviously, was last season. They averaged 2.88 goals a game against Oswego State in their history. And it's going to be interesting. I mean, if Utica plays with heart, they play with passion, and they play hard and heavy, I think they can win it. But you can't make those dumb little mistakes or have those small chemistry issues like they've had before in the year. The first game, we all looked at each other and said they're making those dumb little mistakes that they shouldn't be making. They were making dumb little mistakes that didn't make sense. Actually, Oswego State's lost their last 2 in a row. They lost to Skidmore College on November 27th, 1-4, and then lost to Mooresville State, 1-3. So they may have overlooked 2 teams, but I don't know. I'm very nervous. I don't know what will go down eventually or during game time. It's such an unpredictable thing right now with 2 top 10 teams that you don't know. Now, looking at how Oswego State's built, they do look bigger than the last 2 teams. Well, not bigger, but they look around the same size they are bigger than the last 2 teams in Trine and Plymouth State. Just seeing them on paper, they look decently bigger. Not as many guys under 6 foot and a couple more above. I don't know who their current goalie is. Let me check their statistics. But one key tonight is going to be how does Landsberger hold up, the sophomore goalie in Utica. I will note this, that Oswego State is .182 on the power play, 6 of 33, while their opponents are 7 of 34 with that's a .206 percentage. And Oswego State's allowing a lot of power play goals. They're not a lot, but they're allowing a decent amount of power play goals at 7. Like I said, they allowed 3 shorthanded goals all year, and they aren't a team that's been pulling many penalties. 37 penalties on the year. That is 74, and with 74 penalty minutes, that's 3.7 penalties per game and 7.4 penalty minutes per game. So they're averaging almost 4 and 8. That's not surprising. So you may see a penalty here and there, but probably not many. I don't know what this. Like I said, I don't know how this is going to look. Looking at their goalie, if I can get it to come up, because I don't have save percentage here in front of me. Yeah, this website does not like me already. It looks like they've had 3 goaltenders play, and it looks like their guy is Cal Shell. He's played 8 games and started all 8 of those. He's allowed 15 goals, so he's averaging about 2 a game. Yeah, it's a 207. That's his average, and he's allowed 1 power play goal and 1 shorthanded goal, and his save percentage is .927, so a little bit better. He's 6-2. He's a little bit better than what you saw the last couple weeks, but even though, I mean, Plymouth State does have an underrated goalie, and Shrine is nothing to scoff at. It seems like he's a little better, although I don't know if they've necessarily played the greatest teams either. It's not like Shrine, who saw Adrian earlier this year and beat him once. But they're so unpredictable with that. If you don't 100% know who they are. But I don't know. It's going to be interesting. We'll see how it goes, and I'll see you later.